All of you mute yourself. We start. All of you mute yourself. We start further. Okay. So our next step of this is, guys, log in 7 p.m. sharp, because whole class get disturbed in between you are joining. That's why. Okay. So our my voice is clear now, guys.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. Sir, hello.
Yes, Kumara.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Kumara. Tell.
Sir, that notes are you are sending in group, but
Huh?
hello,
Yes. Hello, Satyan.
hello.
Yes.
Sir, that notes you have sent in group,
Uh,
but in mobile that is not visible, sir.
okay, I will
Notes.
convert that file into the. I think.
Whatever class notes are there.
Okay, okay. So that's not in. I think in a zip file, na? That's why that is not
Zip,
opening in
zip.
Hamo.
Yes,
I
yes,
will
yes.
convert that in PDF, and after that I will
Mm.
send. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Shall we start, guys? So our next stage in SDLC, that is software development life cycle. That is the coding stage or development stage, right? So I will write here coding, or we can say development phase. So this is the fourth stage of SDLC. So what happened in coding stage? Everyone knows. So in that, we'll write the code, or developer will write the code in this stage. Or coding is done by the developer, and they write the program for the all the functionalities in the application. And what is mean by program? So program is a set of instruction that is to perform the specific task for the tester. Okay. So there are two types of developer are there. That is the front end developer, who are going to develop the user interface. Suppose uh, this is our application of Google Meet, right? So in that, what we are seeing here, we are seeing the uh, UI, that is the user interface, means user seen that interface of that application, that is nothing but the user interface. So who is write the code for that? That is user interface. So this is write by the front end developer. And after that, the data here, we can store the data in backend, that is the backend developer. So for that, the backend developer write the code to store the data or database. So there are two type of developers uh, to write the code. That is the front end developer, which is responsible for the user interface coding, and the backend or database. For that purpose, the backend developers are responsible to write the code, right? And the combination of both means the combination of UI and the database, that person or that developer, that developer is called as the what it called. So it will call the um,
Full
full
stack
stack.
developer.
Yeah, I forget that name. Full stack developer means that full stack developer having the knowledge of both, means UI as well as the database knowledge, and it will write the code for UI as well as database. So that developer called as the full stack developer, right? So what is mean by coding? So what happen in coding stage or coding development stage? So in this stage, I will write here coding is done by developer, and they write program for the functionalities in the application. Okay, and what is mean by program then? So what is mean by program? So program is nothing but the it is a set of instruction
Set of
to
instruction.
perform the specific task for the tester. So it is a set of instructions to perform the specific task for the tester, right? So there are two types of developers are there, or coding peoples are there. So types of developers. So first one is front end developer.
Front end.
So front end developer is responsible for UI, right? What is mean by UI? UI is nothing but the user interface. User interface is nothing but the user who who is able to see the interface of that application. That is nothing but the user interface, right? So user interface. And second developer name is backend developer. So backend developer is responsible to backend developer, what backend developer?
Database.
It is database. It is responsible for the database. So what may be the data user enter in the user interface, so that we store in the database. So that database management or database coding writing is done by the backend developer, and the developer who is having the knowledge of both, that is the front end as well as back end. So that developer called as the full stack developer, right?
Full stack developer.
So there are three type of developer. So full stack developer having the knowledge of both UI plus
Front end as well as back end.
database. So he is responsible to UI as well as database. Okay. So that is the fourth stage of the software development life cycle. Hope this is clear to all, guys. Is there anyone having problem?
No, sir.
Okay, clear. Okay, and fifth part of the our software development life cycle is testing part. Okay,
Testing.
testing means we are doing the testing. We means QA, right? So who is responsible for the testing? QA people, and we can say the tester. Tester is responsible for the testing part, right? So this is the fifth stage. So what is the role of tester or QA? So to check the correctness and the completeness of the functionality of the application with respect to the SRS document. What is mean by the SRS document? What is the full form of SRS? Software requirement specification. So what?
Business requirement
Yeah.
Requirement
specification.
specification.
So what SRS contains? What is in that SRS document. So in SRS document, we having the specific requirement from the BRS document, because in BRS document we have the whole requirement of the application, right? So from that, suppose
Yes.
here we have the Google Meet application. In that, so whatever in that application or whatever in UI, so that will be the content in the BRS document, right? Business requirement specification. But suppose we have to develop first module, that is the our mic. So it is a specific requirement from that the BRS document, right? So in SRS document only we have the specific module requirement, right? So in testing, so we are checking the correctness and the completeness of the functionality. So what is the functionality of the mic then? It should accept, it should mute or unmute, and we have to talk by using the mic, right? Or we can able to talk the people, other peoples by using mic, right? So that is the functionality of the mic. Okay, so we have to check the correctness and completeness. What is mean by correctness? Correctness means this mic is properly muted or unmuted.
Working or
Okay, so suppose I will click here, so there will be the one pop-up will showing here the turn off the microphone, right? So that pop-up will come or not properly after clicking on that mic. So that we have to check. As a tester, our work is to check that functionality is working properly or not. Okay, and after muting here, so one pop-up is showing in above screen, there is microphone off and on. So that will come properly or not. That's also the functionality of the mic. And we have to check that proper message will come on the screen or not. So our work is to check the functionality and correctness and completeness of the software or the application, right, with respect to the SRS document. Means what? So in SRS document, that all are mentioned by the business analyst. So what business analyst do? So business analyst, according to the client, it will create the one document, and in that document it will mention, after clicking on the mic button, there will be the one pop-up will have to show. So that contains in the SRS document. But we have to just check that according to that SRS document, so that what it will be written in the SRS document, that will work fine or not, right? Hope this is clear to all. So I will write here to check the correctness and completeness of the completeness completeness of functionality of the application with respect
client requirement.
to SRS, right? Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so what is our work as a tester or as a QA? We have to provide the defect free application to the end user, right, or to the client, right? So that is our work. Because suppose we are not checking properly here that mic is working properly or not, so there will be the defect, or we will not check properly, and we'll give the application to the client. So client will accept that application? Obviously not, because there will be the one bug is showing in our application, right? So our first responsibility as a tester, as a QA, is in this stage, tester should ensure that the application is defect free, right? So what is our second responsibility as a tester or in testing stage? So in this stage, tester should ensure that application is defect free, right? Or bug free, we can say bug free. And here also we are testing positive as well as negative scenario. So in microphone case, what is the positive scenario? Tell me, anyone, what is the positive scenario here? As a tester, if you want to check the that mic functionality, so according to you, what is the positive scenario here? So how we can check the as a positively, and what is the negative scenario here? Anyone? So here positive scenario, uh, we can check as a positive scenario is mic is working properly or not. After clicking on that, it will click properly or not. That is the positive scenario. So what is the negative scenario? So here negative scenario is after clicking on that mode, uh, that mic button, and here the mic got means unmute, but after unmuting the mouse, there will be the voice is going in the to the next person. That is the next or negative scenario, we can say. So in that case also, here that is the bug for that application. Or
Sir, your voice is breaking down. I think you are speaking on mute.
for everyone, Pradnya,
Pradnya, mute yourself.
hello.
Sir, mute him.
Hello, please mute Pradnya. Now I am audible to all.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I think you were speaking on the mute mode.
No, I am means just here click right now. My voice is clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So as a tester, our
Yes.
third
Yes, sir.
work is we have to check the positive scenario as well as the negative scenario. Okay. So here in testing, we have to check both positive scenario and negative scenario, right? Okay. Then next in the testing, we have to check the product quality as well and the application performance. Suppose I have to click on that mic button, but after the 5 second it will get clicked. So that is uh, properly clicked,
Not acceptable.
not acceptable as a end user or as a user. So it will take the more time as compared to the normal time, right? So that is not acceptable as a user, right? We have You have seen IRCTC app or other website, anyone booking
Yes, sir.
ticket there, so there might be the lots of bugs are there because it will take too much time to book the ticket, and there are other pop-ups are showing and all ads are showing there, right? Because it is a government app, so no one is care about that app and all that, right? But in our case, we have to check properly our application is taking too much time or all that stuff we have to check, right? Okay, so we can say here in this we are checking the product quality and application performance, and UI should be the properly work. Okay, so in this testing we have to check product quality, application performance, and then UI should work properly, right? Hope this is clear to all. Anyone having problem here up to this? Okay, so now we are going towards the types of testing. So what is type of testing, or what are the type of testing there? So here,
Three types.
which
Sir,
one?
I have a question.
Yes.
This SPLC is for it depends on the methodology, right, sir? Whether it's a waterfall model or agile. Because agile, we are not following all these steps, right, sir?
Yeah. But
They say it's
No,
but
no.
in interview, so there
yes.
there might be the question interviewer asks. So tell me the SDLC, or explain the SDLC, all the phases. So in that case, we have to tell them to all the steps, right? As a fresher, if you are applying as a fresher or as a experienced people, 1 year experience you have, suppose. So in that case, also the interviewer asks about the SDLC. Okay, so that's why I am
Okay.
teaching from scratch. Anil Kumar, kindly close your camera. Okay, guys. So there are three type of testing.
Rahul, sir,
Yes.
Rahul, sir, can you please scroll it up once for me, please, for the software development life cycle? Uh, I just missed 2 points in the notes, so I just wanted to have just a look for a second.
What I have to done here?
Software development life cycle. Can you scroll it towards the up?
I will send it on a group. Don't worry. After class getting over.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
After getting class over, give me one reminder. I will immediately I will send on the group. Okay. Don't worry about that. So there are three type of testing is there. So white box testing. Second one is black box testing, and third one is the gray box testing.
Gray box.
Right. So we will see one by one. So first one is white box testing, or in WBT we can say short form. So what is mean by white box testing?
It is done by a developer.
Yes. Or anything else you know about white box testing? So
Testing the code.
it is generally done by the developer. Okay.
Developer.
So it is done by the developer. So what is contains in white box testing? So developer test the application at his own, because its own level, that we call as the coding level testing, or we can say unit levels testing, right? Means uh, before sending the application to test for the tester. So before that, developer have to check or have to done the testing before sending to the tester for further testing, right? So that testing we can call it as the white box testing, and that is done by the developer, right? So developer test the application at his own level is called as code level testing or unit testing, we can say, and in other word we can say unit testing. Okay, and this testing is also known as unit testing. Here coding knowledge is required for testing the application, right? So here, because we don't have the coding knowledge, right? So developer having the coding knowledge, so that's why all the developers are done the coding level testing or code level testing or unit testing before sending the application for further test to the tester. So here coding knowledge is required. Okay, the blue LEDG knowledge is required, right? So in this testing, developer will test only the positive ways of or the positive scenario only, because developer don't have the time to do all the things. So that's why developer only check the normal functionality of that the module or that application. So here developer will done positive testing, right? Hope up to this everyone is clear. Okay, this is the first type of testing. Then we'll
हेलो
yes.
सर, ये मतलब डेवलपर ही चेक करता है वाइट बॉक्स टेस्टिंग को?
Yes,
Yes.
developer ही करता है before sending the application for further test to the
मतलब
tester.
एप्लीकेशन सेंड करने के पहले वो चेक करेगा कि वाइट बॉक्स
मतलब
टेस्टिंग में
क्या
क्या
है कि
प्रॉब्लम है।
यूनिट ऑल द यूनिट आर चेकिंग हियर। मतलब सपोज अभी ये
ओके,
एप्लीकेशन हमने किया है क्रिएट और डेवलप किया है, डेवलपर ने कोड वगैरह राइट किया है, सो ही विल चेक। वो क्या करता है डेवलपर कि हियर पॉजिटिव क्या है इसका सिनेरियो, ये क्लिक होना चाहिए, ये जो बटन है एंड म्यूट का क्लिक अनक्लिक होना चाहिए, राइट? सो दैट इज द पॉजिटिव,
ओके,
and after that developer will do the or send that application to test the tester, right? Okay, so second level testing is black box testing, or we can say BBT. So who is responsible to BBT for BBT?
Tester.
Yes, so here tester done BBT, right? So what tester will do in BBT? So according to the user requirement, we are going to check
Check the functionality.
we are going to check the application or test the application according to the user requirement, because we have the SRS document as well and BRS as well, right? So what user expected from that SRS or BRS document, so according to that we have to check the user requirement in that application. And in this testing coding knowledge is not required. Okay, because for checking here we have to check that mic is working properly or not. For that we require any coding knowledge, because here code already written by the developer, right? For that mic or all that camera, then hand raise. But we have to just check that suppose here I am clicking here, so that click, that mouse is or that button is clickable or not. Just we have to click check that. Okay, so for that we have require any knowledge, testing knowledge? No, because we are only checking the functionality of that the module or application, right? So here coding knowledge is not required. And this is also called as the system and the functional testing, because we are checking the whole system as well as functionality of the application here. So that's why black box testing is also called as the system and the functional testing. So BPT is also called as functional and system testing, right? And here we have to check the both positive as well as negative scenario, what which we are going to check here, right? So here we have to check positive as well as negative scenarios. And our main goal is, as a tester, is our application should be the bug free or defect free, right? So that is our main goal as a tester. And to test the application thoroughly, we have to done all the testing here, right? Suppose there will be the suppose we are checking the software, and the as per the customer requirement, our application is not working properly. So in that case, what we have to do, so we have to log the defect, and that log defect we have to assign to the developer, because suppose in requirement there is.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I don't know what is
yes.
your voice is breaking too much. I'm
For everyone.
Voice is not. Yes, sir, for everyone.
Let me check my connection.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Yes, sir. There is echo.
Some kind of noise is there.
Now, guys, clear? My voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here, what I am telling here. So here, suppose expected output is not getting as per the customer requirement. So in that case, we have to raise the bug, right, as a tester. So I will write here if
Sir, again your voice is cracking, sir.
for everyone.
Yes, sir. Voice is breaking.
1 second, right? Let me check once again. I will change.
There is delay in voice as well.
Okay. I will change my position.
It's cracking too much, sir.
Okay. No issues. I will change my position. Wait, guys.
I think
Give me 2 minutes.
through mobile.
Yeah. In my area there is power cuts. That's why I log in using my mobile networks. No worries. I will check. Now, guys, Now,
Yeah, now it's fine.
It's okay, sir.
okay. So what I am telling here. So if expected output is not getting as per the customer requirement, so in that case, we have to raise the bug, right? If expected output is not getting, then in that case we have to raise the bug or defect, right? Hope up to this everyone is clear for everyone. Is there anyone having any problem? Hello guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Clear.
so
Yes, sir.
we will move towards the third testing type, that is the gray box testing, right? So what is mean by gray box testing? So gray box testing is nothing but it is the combination of both black box testing as well as white box testing, right? So gray box testing equals to, it is a combination of BBT plus WBT. What it means? It means the gray box testing having the knowledge of both testing as well as coding, right? So
Coding.
uh, so in our organization or our company, there are different profile are there, that is the gray box testing, so which is having the knowledge of coding as well as the testing. So that person is called as the gray box tester, right? So box tester having knowledge of both testing as well as coding, right? So this is called as the, but that gray box testing tester is known as the tester, means QA. It is done by the tester. Gray box testing is done by the tester only. So testing is done by tester. So this is the three types of testing we are covering under the testing stage, right? Okay. Up to this, anyone having the problem? This is clear to all?
In white box testing, yes. Hello.
Yes.
In white box testing,
Hmm.
there are two types, no, sir. One is unit testing and another one is integration testing.
Yes, integration testing as well. Integration testing is done by uh, uh, developer.
Developer only,
Yes.
no?
So moving
And
forward,
what
we
is meant
will
by
see
unit
what is
testing?
integration testing.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Okay. So this is the manual part. So after that, we will start our automation lecture. So give me 2 minutes. So we will meanwhile you will do or drink some water, and in 2 minutes we start our automation lecture, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, come back to our session. So we will start our automation lecture. So where we left yesterday, we start the variables, right?
Types of variable, yes.
Okay. So please confirm my screen is visible or not. My screen is visible, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in yesterday's lecture, we start our variables, right? So we learn there are two types of variables, that is global variables.
and local variable.
So what is mean by local variable?
Variable which is inside the main
Right.
method body only.
And what is mean by global variable?
And global is outside the method and
Method
inside the
body.
class body.
Is inside the method body, right? Method body, and it is outside method body and inside,
But inside in the class body.
right, class body. Okay. So that we have learned in yesterday's session. So in variables there are some having rules. We have to follow that rules while writing the script or code. Okay. So what is that rule? So in today's lecture or today's session, we are learn about the rules of local variables. Okay. So that rules we have to keep in your mind uh, when we have to write the our program or our script, right? While writing script, we have to keep in mind the rules of local as well as global variables. So what is the rules of local variables then? So first rule is for local variable is, so we are printing variables means we are printing the data inside it, right? So this is the first rule for the variable. So I will write first rule here. We are printing variables means we are printing the data inside it, right? For example, I will write here, suppose I am taking integer I is equal to 10, right? This is the I is a variable, and here int is a data type, right? And it is a data. Okay. Hope this is clear to all, and this is the initialization operator. Login. Okay. So here we print the variables, means we are printing the I here. Suppose I am writing here for printing what we are written here, system dot out dot println. Suppose in that I write I. Okay. So what we have get output as a output, we are getting here 10 as a output, right? So that means we are printing I, and what we have, we are getting here, we are getting in console 10. That means we are printing variables, but we are getting the data inside it. So what data it will store in a variable, so that as output we are getting that data. Okay. So मीन्स हिंदी में मैं बताता हूँ कि सपोज हमको प्रिंट करना है आई, हम प्रिंट क्या कर रहे हैं आई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन कंसोल में आउटपुट में क्या दिख रहा है 10। दैट मीन्स
10.
हम आई को प्रिंट कर रहे हैं लेकिन हमको दिख रहा है 10 एज अ आउटपुट। सो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो भी डेटा है वेरिएबल में वो हमको दिखता है जब हम वेरिएबल को प्रिंट करते हैं, राइट। होप दिस इज क्लियर टू ऑल। So
Yes.
this is the
Yes.
first rule of variable.
Yes, sir.
Then second rule of local variable. I am telling about the local variable. Okay, guys. So rule number 2. So without declaring and initializing the local variable, we cannot the print it. We cannot print it. Okay. So second rule of local variable is without declaring and initializing, we cannot print the local variable. Right. For example, how we can declare the variable? There is a data type and variable name. Yesterday's lecture we seen that what is mean by the variable declaration, right? So variable declaration means, suppose integer, it is a data type and I is a variable, right? So this is called as the variable declaration. So for printing we have to initialize that variable as well. So before initializing, we can print that variable? Obviously not, right? So I am declaring here variable, and suppose I have to print that. So what I have to write here? Integer, suppose I equals to, here is the initialization operator, and I have to store some value inside that I, right? So that is the initialization. Suppose I have to print 20. Hope that second rule is clear to all, guys. Suppose I write only integer I, so it will give any output on the console or in the console? No, because we only declaring that variable, we not initialize that variable, right? So for printing that variable value, we have to initialize that also. Declaration and initialization done simultaneously for printing the data. Okay, so that is the second rule. Suppose I am printing without initializing variable, so what we will get on the console? So we will get the compile time error, right? Suppose we will print that without the initializing variable, so we will get the compile time error, right? This is the second rule of local variable. Okay, so we will move further in third rule. So it is very important rule. In interview we will ask, interviewer ask you about that rule. So we cannot use two local variables with the same name. We cannot use two local variable with the same name. So this is the very important rule for the local variable. For example, here I am taking, suppose I am taking integer I equals to 10 first, and after that I am taking the integer I equals to 20. Okay, and after that, suppose I am printing here system dot out that print ln and I. Okay, so what here we will get? So here we will get the compile time error, CTE, compile time error, because as the standard Java convention or standard Java practices, we cannot use the two local variables with the same name. Here we are taking the I and we are storing the 10 in that I, and here also we are taking I as a second variable and we are storing the 20. Okay, so this is not possible in Java. It will throws compile time error because we can store as a definition. What is the definition of variable? Variable is a small piece of memory in which we can store only single data, right?
Single data.
That's why we cannot store the two local variable with the same name. So this is the most important rule of local variable. Okay, this is clear to all, guys. So here we can say duplicate local variables cannot be stored.
Yes, sir.
Right? So as a note, I am writing here duplicate local variables are not allowed. Okay. Then next rule and last rule for a local variable is fourth rule. So we can reinitialize the local variable any number of times, but previous value can be the vanished or deleted and new can be added. In last example we can see, I am explaining here. First I write here what is the rule number 4. So we can reinitialize local variable any number of times, means multiple time, any number of times, but suppose, but here the previous value can be deleted or vanish and new value get added. For example, I am taking here, suppose I declare one variable here integer I, and in integer I am initialize the value of I first 10. So what it will print? It will store the 10, or in console we will get the integer I equals to 10, suppose. So we will get the 10. Suppose I want to change the value of I. That means we can reinitialize the value of the local variable, right? Suppose
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Your voice is breaking, sir.
for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, for everyone.
Okay, okay. Wait.